Franny here from Franny's Sports and Travel Corner. Let's talk about the Sparks and the Fever game. Uh, this is their second time to play. I told you the first time it was going to be a close game, and they're fairly evenly matched. So the Fever were able to give the Sparks their loss at home, and the Sparks turned around and did the same for the Fever. But there were some good things that happened, and there was some things that came up that I think should be noticed. One is Lexi Brown. With Clarendon out, she was trying to take a little bit more responsibility. And I truly think that Lexi Brown is not a point guard, but is more of a shooting guard. And I think having to bring the ball up, the physical play, doesn't suit her as much. So I think McDonald has just been able to do a phenomenal job. She came in and had probably one of her best all-around games. Uh, it was a breakout game for her. And then you had Zaya Cook because Clarendon's out also. So those two guards were in there, and they got a lot of playing time. And without a doubt, Burrell, McDonald, and Nurse had three of their best games. It was nice to see Burrell come in off the bench. She's an experienced player coming out of Tennessee, so she came in and did a really nice job in that regard. Hamby is just solid. She is just solid. She'll go to the board. She'll do whatever. She'll get everybody together. So she really does want to be a team leader. So Lexi Brown went out, and she had a little bit of an injury. And so that was a great opportunity. And I love McDonald's competitive spirit. It's like she's going to take every minute that she has, and she's going to make something happen, or she's going to just try to distribute the ball to be a team player. She's my type of competitor, is what I'd like to say. So I'm really high on her and for the things that can come her way in the future. Let's talk about Caitlin Clark. This was without a doubt her best all-around game. She was high scorer. She was great in her passing. The only thing that she does sometimes is she will penetrate too deep into the defense, and then she has to get rid of the ball. And at this level, they know how to get into the passing lanes. And when I say passing lanes, for those of you that aren't familiar with that, is if I have the ball and I'm dribbling and I have a defender here and I go to pass it to another teammate, somebody steps in from my line and picks that ball off and steals it. So she had a couple turnovers that were unnecessary because she penetrated too deeply. But probably the biggest thing for Caitlin right now is she's got to learn to control her mouth. I said that one other time, but it was pretty obvious in this game. Again, she got a technical foul. It was early in the game. She did use it to change her game around once it occurred, but it was not what a role model should do. She's got to realize that with her popularity and with her acclaim, there are young kids watching her all the time. So with that, she needs to be careful about how she addresses the officials. And it was pretty easy to read the words that came out of her mouth now. This is her second one in like 6 games, maybe. She was frustrated because the game got physical. Things weren't being called, but they weren't being called either way. So you got to let that go, Caitlin, because you are a role model and you just play your game, which you did the rest of the time, and that really, really helped you. So Fagnelli did another great job on the boards. Unfortunately, in this game, Boston got into some early foul trouble. She had 3 fouls in the first half, and Mitchell, who I'm real high on too as a point guard, her shot was off. So it was a game of runs. So each of them ran at each other, but it was like 4 points at the half. The Sparks were up, and then the third quarter, Caitlin kind of took over and distributed the ball, scored. They then won the third quarter, and then the Sparks came back and were very, very solid in the fourth quarter and pulled ahead and never looked back. So it was a good fourth quarter for them. But again, they had about 16 turnovers. And every time you have a turnover in any type of a close game, you're going to lose. So this is about their fourth game where they've been within 2 baskets of people, but it's their turnovers that have killed them. So that's something they have to improve upon. And again, it's personnel, playing together a little bit more, but it's also just taking care of the basketball, making sure that when you pass, there's an open pass to pass to. It's not jumping in the air to make a pass because you got no place to go, but come down, and if you can't make the pass, you're going to travel. So it's protecting the ball a little bit better, and I think they'll get better at that, but boy, it's killing them right now. So I hope you have a great day. Hope you've enjoyed this. Subscribe below to my channel, and I sure appreciate you. Create a great day for yourself.